can actually play music. So a lot of people have been kind of interested in my hardware gear, and it's for a lot of people it's kind of intimidating. Mainly because they're like these expensive, sought-after type things that you buy, and you get conflicting stories. Some say that they're like glorified VSTs. Some people say they sound much better than that. And it's all entirely subjective, and they're probably right. And it's just a bunch of stupid arguments. But I really like them, and you may notice that I'm a big fan of the early 2000 digital synths. I have this here, the Virus C or the KC, and I have a Nord, and I have a JP 8000 or JP 8080, and I have another Virus. I have two Viruses, and yeah, that's because I'm crazy and I like that sound. So I'm just going to be going through a couple of them. This is the Virus C, but it's the keyboard version. It's the Virus KC, and I wish it was called the Virus CK, because then I'd nickname it Louis. But whatever. It's around 37 voices, 3 oscillators per voice. It has a Motorola chip in it, and it sounds very fantastic. It was made in 2002, and it's the latest kind of purchase, just because I love the Virus sound. So a lot of patches and stuff like that. Let me just around the C. There's a bunch of banks. So the C bank, the end of the C bank, are your initial it's like an init patch. So we can kind of do that, and we have a simple kind of saw wave to start out with. So generally, when you're looking at a synth, like a lot of knobs and stuff, you're like, what the heck's going on here? A lot of synths, even hardware ones, minus their matrix, they're quite laid out the same. They're laid out left to right, programmably. So you kind of program left to right, if that makes any sense. And the ending stage is the amplifier stage, of course. We're starting in reverse. The amplifier stage and the ADSR and the envelope. And your mixer is here, right? Oscillator section, soft knob and all your button-y, programmy things, and your effects section and your modulation section. So generally, when you look at a synth and you're done Googling over it with your big googly eyes, like I do, you want to get to exploring the programmability of it. So let's see. We'll just do something very simple. So we init the preset, or we init the synth, and we have just a simple saw. And it's pretty cool, I guess. We can in turn go to the filter section and carve that out. We have cutoff and our resonance, and there's 2 filters, and they can be low pass, high pass, band pass, and band reject. We have different filter modes, and we can even edit the arrangement of them. So, alright, that's cool, I guess. We have pew 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 sounds. Okay, well, what does that mean? Alright, so I want to say add in a filter drive kind of distortion, which is the big thing these days with the sub 37. So I'll go to my effects section, the distortion. So this, the way it's default set out is your oscillators go into your mix, or your oscillators go into the filter to be filtered. That's how subtractive synthesizers work. And it'll go through the first filter, and then it'll go through a distortion saturation, and then it'll go into the second filter. So what does that mean? Well, it's quite simple, and I'll explain that now. So affecting these doesn't really do much. So you want to never mind. And so you can this knob here is your type and your intensity. So I have distortion selected. Hopefully you can see that. And I have light, soft, middle, hard, digital, shaper, rectifier, bit reducer, rate reducer, low pass, high pass, So I'm just going to do kind of a soft distortion, which is kind of like the Moog type stuff. So I'm going to bring this down, boost the resonance up. So we have that. We have the intensity at 0, so I'm just going to boost that up. And I can bring the transpose down so the keyboard shifts down. So already we have something very different from just a kind of a clean filter. The virus filter is highly resonant, and you can get really intimidating effects. Right? That doesn't really sound good by itself. We'll do a hard distortion. Right, and we'll just bring that down to where it bites the filter resonance and the cutoff bites. Sorry to turn it up a bit. Right, and that is a very large sound, and it's simply a singular saw with the appropriate cutoff resonance and distortion. The virus distortion is quite legendary, and it brings manly tears to my eyes. All right, so one of my favorite ones, and the one that is most used, is, if you can see that, it's the Rectifier. And this is, it kind of takes the waveform and it splits it in half. But I'm not going to do anything with that yet. I'm going to switch it to a square wave. So the oscillators is like a continuous wave. So it goes from sine to a saw to a square. And then once you're there, you can adjust the pulse width. So you can get like a major bite. That's all well and good. So from there, what do we do? So I have this like kind of harsh overtone going above it because I've shortened the pulse width of the square. So what should I do now? What I want to do is mix in our sub-os here. And all of a sudden we have something that is kind of cool. But yeah, we can beef that up with the distortion. So let's go bandpass, and I'll beef that up. All right, we have that. All right, that's a little bit quiet, but when we bring in the distortion, it'll bring those overtones back up. Maybe not so much with the rectifier. Let's try digital. Let's try a different one. Maybe we could try like a different filter. So that just begs to be harshly compressed and clipped once again. And I'm going to be doing some kind of interesting things later with the Nord. This is the volume pot right up here. Right. So we have something that's kind of neat sounding, but I want a bit more movement in the filter. And how we do that is with our filter envelope, and it's right here, and it's easy to get to. You just kind of adjust this guy. So we have somewhat of movement here. I'm going to adjust the decay. Or I can add the attack. I really like the black keys. So yeah, and from there we have our second filter, but I won't get into that. Yeah, so I guess in the next video I'll be going over some other things that make this a bit more unique. Generally, in my opinion, is you can't really, well, you can, yeah, I won't say that. Well, yes, I will. You can't, as you know, I've been doing this for a little while, and I can't really get these sounds in a VST. Like, it just sounds way too weird. And the thing is what's happening is the waveforms on the higher frequency scale. You know, they have all that high content, but on a lower scale they have less high content. So that makes it like characteristically more darker. It's a very dark synth, and I'm beginning into other things that make it a bit more dark later. Hope you are interested, and yeah, I'll be back with some more stuff, obviously.